Radha Krishna, welcome to the special class on Radharani's pastimes. Today I think we are going to into the sixth part, and today is, by the way, Wednesday, 23rd December 2015. We'll first start with a small bhajan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Praja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Praja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai. So today we are going to hear from Radharani's pastimes. Today is a very, very wonderful pastime. Radharani's marriage to Krishna. Now, this is a very different subject because people generally think and they have heard that Radharani was not married to Krishna and she was married to Abhimanyu, and there's so many stories, and then Krishna is being painted as a person who has been having extramarital marital affairs. Some people try to put him down, but of course devotees know. We know how Radharani appeared. We know how Radharani and Krishna are eternally there in the Goloka Vrindavan. They never leave Goloka Vrindavan. But then they also appear elsewhere. So this is a very achintya Shakti of the Lord. So this took place in Bhandiravana, one of the 12 vanas, 12 forests in Vrindavan. So I hope you will enjoy this. One day Nanda Maharaj, Krishna was generally, started taking the cows for grazing when he was about 6, 7-year-old. Before that, very small children are not allowed to take. So Nanda Maharaj, actually, all the Gwalas, covered people, they were going to the forest, out of the fields with their cows. And Nanda Maharaj, being the chief covered person, he was not throwing orders and getting things done. He was also slogging it out. So he was also going to the forest. And all the Matajis were taking care of the household, taking care of the small children. So one day Nanda Maharaj thought, today let me take Krishna also with me. Krishna was very, very small at that time, just a baby, crawling baby, or maybe just little able to walk a little, thing like that. Because Nanda Maharaj was very attached to Krishna, and he could not tolerate the separation. So he decided that he will take Krishna with him. So they go to this forest, and all the cows are grazing, and he puts Krishna under a banyan tree. The shade is there, nice place. And then Krishna was just watching his father, and somehow he decided that let's do something. Let me do some leela. So suddenly there were clouds in the sky, heavy clouds, and the wind started blowing, heavy, like real strong wind. Trees getting uprooted, the branches flying all over, thunderstorm, rain, like not yet rain, but it's like about to rain. So the whole scene became very scary. And Nanda Maharaj naturally was a little disturbed. The cows started running here and there. But more than anybody, anything else, more than anybody else, he was worried about Krishna, because he brought him, and he naturally, it's his responsibility also, and he's his most dear child. So immediately rushed to Krishna, leaving all other things aside. And Krishna also showed that he's very scared, and he was clinging to his father, father trying to cover him with his blanket, and Krishna holding his neck and showing some very, very scared face. So this was going on. And suddenly, when Nanda Maharaj looked a little away, what's happening, of all the things, he saw Radharani in full grown-up form. He saw her from a distance, and she is approaching him. So he was surprised. In such a weather, storm is going on, and Radharani comes of all the things. Of course, he's a great devotee of Radharani, great devotee of Krishna also, in his all previous lives. So he became very happy to see Radharani. Tears started flowing from his eyes. And he just, paid his obeisances and said, "Oh Radhe, I know everything about you. Garga Muni has told us that who is Krishna and who is Radha, and we know everything. I know that you are very, very dear to Sri Hari, to Krishna. Even more than Lakshmi Devi. I heard that you are Adi Lakshmi. And I know that you just take care of all your devotees. You're so attached to Krishna, and Krishna is so attached to you. So how come you are here? And then he said, okay, anyway, you have come here. First of all, you bless me, and then can you please do a small favor to me? I can't leave these cows here, and Krishna is so scared here right now. And I know you will take good care of him. Can you take him with you and deliver to Yashoda in Gokul? Can you do this favor? So Radharani, of course, she was very pleased. And she said, this is all because of your Sukriti, previous Sukriti, that you are able to see both of us together here. So he says, who is this together? I only see you. So Radharani smiled and she says, this boy in your arms is my husband, eternal husband, eternal consort. But I know you will not understand that, but you definitely understand that who is Krishna and who is Radharani, who is Sri Hari. So I'm very pleased with you. So please, you can ask any blessing, any boon from me. Generally people, when we get an opportunity to ask for a boon, then we'll ask for something extraordinary. This is the problem with devotees. Devotees don't want to ask anything. They ask according to the normal people's thing. They ask very silly things, insignificant things. For the devotees, that is their life. He says, please bless me that my mind will be always attached to your lotus feet. Not only you, but Sri Hari. And please take me back home with you. After this birth, I want to come back to you. This is my prayer. So Radharani, of course, smiled and she said, Tathastu. And she gave him a blessing that life after life he will be a devotee. You will have steady devotion to us. So you should always meditate on our lotus feet. At the end of your life, you'll be promoted to Goloka Vrindavan. So this was the blessing from Radharani. So Nanda Maharaj said, dear Radha, see now, he came into his present situation. And he said, see, so many clouds are there now, they are all increasing. Anytime it could rain. So please, without any wasting any time, you take this little baby, little boy with you. And then deliver him to Yashoda and tell her that, I'm okay and I will be back in the evening. So Radharani took the baby in her hand and carrying the baby, she started going to Gokula. On the way, she reached a kunja. I explained what is kunja. It's all trees, and there's a shadow of the tree. Under the shadow is the kunja, with the various entries. And Nikunja is where there is only one entry. You just go from one and then come out from the same. That's like a cave. And we saw that in Vrindavan this time. So she went there And as she was there, she suddenly remembered Rasa Mandala in the Goloka Vrindavan, That's where she first appeared, right? Rasa Mandala. So moment she remembered that, immediately the original Rasa Mandala was created there, All the beautiful trees and flowers and birds and, the gems and jewels and everything. Royal place. It was converted into royal place. And nice aromas, sandalwood, camphor, like that. And then as she was pleased to see all this, she suddenly realized that Krishna, who was in her lap and she had actually just put him down, he disappeared. So she became agitated. What is this? Where is my Prananath? Where is my Krishna? She started crying. And as she was crying, she saw Krishna in his youthful form. The baby had become grown up Krishna in his ever youthful form. Now I would like to read this because this is a description. I generally fail in this description because when this poetic description of Krishna's appearance is there, it's always better to read. So I will read. His most beautiful lotus face was filled with a sweet smile. He was effulgent like the full moon. The yellow garment at his waist made him look very beautiful. His lotus feet were decorated with heavy golden ankle bells. His arms were adorned with bangles made from precious gems. His ears were beautified by Makara Kundal, earring in the shape of sharks. On his chest hung the Kaustuba gem. His whole body depicted the radiant beauty of fresh rain clouds. His face was like a fully blossomed lotus in the month of autumn. Krishna's head was decorated with a peacock feather. He was smiling gently, looking very attractive. So Radharani got attracted to this beautiful form. And then Krishna said to her, "Oh dear Radha." Now this is also important, how Krishna glorifies Radha. Of course, first he says, "I will fulfill my promise to you." And she says, "What promise? I don't remember any promise." He says, "You don't remember. You are pretending that you don't remember, but it is at the back of your mind always. My promise to you was that I will marry you, even on this planet. So I want to fulfill that promise." So now hear this Krishna's glorification. "You are very dear to me, more dear to me than my life. There is no difference between you and me. Just as the whiteness of milk cannot be separated from milk, so you and I can never be separated. As soon as someone utters the syllable Ra, immediately I give him steady devotion. As soon as the syllable Dhak escapes one's mouth, I run after him to hear the sound vibration. Whoever utters your name, I become more attracted to them than he who worships me with Sodash Upachara, 16 Upacharas. That's how Krishna is worshipped. But he says, I like somebody who is chanting. Brahma, Shiva, Shesha, Narayana, Kapila, Ganesha, Dharma, Kartikeya, Savitri, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. All of them are like my life. But you are more than my life. They all stay in different places, but you always stay in my heart. So this is how Krishna glorifies Radharani. And that Radharani replies back and she says, "You are simply trying to bewilder me by saying that I am greater than Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. You are saying this just to captivate me. But in fact, no one is greater than you. No one can be equal to your beauty nor match the greatness of your good qualities. I know it very well when I was in Goloka. I am simply a maid servant of your lotus feet. Why are you saying that I am greater than you? You are the supreme controller of all creations and the controller of all controllers. All others are your plenary portions and portions of your plenary portions. They are engaged in creation, maintenance, and destruction of this universe simply by following your divine order. You reciprocate with your devotees according to their devotion. Many ladies have been bewildered by your illusory power. Because I am your servant, I cannot tolerate separation from you." Then Krishna said, "Oh Radharani, oh my dear, my life, please wait here, just wait for a moment." And then Krishna called Brahma. He just remembered Brahma. The moment he remembers Brahma, he comes. And then Brahmaji comes and he starts now, because he got a golden opportunity of taking darshan of Radharani and Krishna. So this chapter is nice, like in a way we learn so many prayers to Krishna from. We already read elsewhere, but these are little different prayers because this is Radharani is also present here. So first he pays his obeisances, and then he's praying Radharani. He's just saying his prayers. So I would like to read again. "O Bhagavati, O Krishna Priya, please accept my humble obeisances. I have received darshan of your lotus feet due to the causeless mercy of Lord Krishna. I have performed severe austerities for 60,000 years on the banks of Pushkar Lake, meditating upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. The Lord, being pleased with me, appeared in front of me and ordered me to ask any boon I want. Immediately I asked the Lord, 'Oh my Lord, if you are pleased with me, then kindly allow me to see the lotus feet of Radharani.'" See, the Radharani's lotus feet are not easily available. You can see now here, that is Brahma's desire. And for that he meditated for 60,000 years on Pushkar. Then Krishna told me, "Oh my dear one, at some time your desire will be fulfilled. You will see her next to me." Saying this, my Lord disappeared from there. Now I see my Lord has fulfilled my desire by allowing me to get darshan of your lotus feet. "O my mother, you have appeared from left side of Lord Krishna. You are equal to him in all respects. I do not know of any Vedic literature that claims any difference between Radha and Krishna. The Vedas have been described by me. By reading these Vedas, people become very learned. But even the Vedas are not able to glorify Radharani. There is not much mention of Radharani in Vedas. Thus, the glories of Radharani are not known to learned people. What to speak of common people understanding your greatness? Who is able to describe your glories? Even myself and Lord Mahadev, Ananta and Dharmadev do not know fully your unlimited glories. O Devi, please do not blame me for my incapability. Please excuse us as parents excuse their children if they commit offenses." And then he says, "If you are pleased with me, kindly bless me that my mind will be always fixed on your lotus feet." See the same prayer, fixed at the lotus feet. And Radharani said, "Tathastu." Then he offered his obeisances. Then Brahma collected some wood and he made a yagya kunda and he lit up fires. And then he asked Krishna to hold Radharani's hand. And then they took Sapta Fera, 7 rounds of Agni. And at that time, all the Devatas and Devis, they're all watching this. So they start showering flowers and so on, And then Brahmaji asked Krishna to tie a Mangal Sutra and then put Sindoor. And then he makes Radharani to sit on the left of Krishna. And that's how they are, today also we see them always on the left. Radharani is always on the left of Krishna. So this way, they exchange garlands, whatever we see in our Vedic wedding and Vedic, ceremony. That was all performed perfectly there. And then Brahmaji said, now I am the priest here. I am the witness to this marriage. And all the Devatas, Devis, everybody is married. So then Brahmaji left for his planet Satyalok. So then, of course, Radharani and Krishna, they embrace each other and they had a nice loving pastime there. And as this was going on, Krishna decided that, okay, it's time to come to the present situation. So he gave up his youthful form and he became a small baby again, same, and then started crying, scared of the rain and cloud and everything. When Radharani saw that, she could not tolerate the separation. And again, she fainted and fell on the ground. Then as she fell, there was the Akashavani. And it says, why are you crying? Just remember his lotus feet. And whoever does that, your miseries will be eradicated. Anybody who takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, his or her miseries will be eradicated ultimately. Then he says, he has already fulfilled your desire. Now you do your duty. So then Radharani comes to her senses. She picks up the baby. And then she goes to Gokula, carrying this wet baby. And of course, she didn't like it. She didn't have to walk and go and all that. Just in a flash, she was there. She was completely soaked by rain and shivering. And then, she took the form of Yogamaya, offered the baby to Mother Yashoda. And then naturally, Yashoda was very happy to see at the same time, because she was also worried about Krishna when the rains were there and thunderstorm was there. But this was not so much in Gokula. Everything happened at that spot in Bhandiravana. And then Radharani left for her village, Raval. So this way, Radha and Krishna was married. But then it was also decided by them that they will not discuss this with anybody. But now, of course, we know because of the Smriti part of Puranas. So we were lucky to be at this place, Bhandiravana. I will share with you the picture sometime because I think it is with my daughter's camera. It's a beautiful place, Bhandiravana. We went to the banyan tree where all this happened, next to Yamuna. Yamuna is just next door. And this tree is very huge. And Mahapurush Prabhu, who was our guide, he was explaining that the branches of this tree, one time they were extending right up to the middle of Yamuna. It's so big. Of course, 5,000 years back. And he said there was another tree on the other side of Yamuna, which was equally big. The branches were again like that. And so these boys, and especially the Gopas and all, they'll climb and then they'll cross Yamuna by through this tree, going from this tree to that tree and like that. And as we were taking darshan, there is a small temple there now. And there's the Brahmaji is also there, small deity of Brahmaji. As and then that little narration there. And as we were taking darshan, the one Mataji, I think the caretaker of that place, she came and she offered bhoga to Radha Krishna. So as she was, opening generally we don't see that, but somehow when she offered and when she was taking it back, we saw it was some chapati and sabji. So we asked her, can we have some Mahaprasad? And she gave us. And next to that, there is a Balaram temple. Wonderful Balaram. And one very unique thing, there's a tree. There are two trees, but they are together, at one place. And there's one branch of this tree going like a garland to other tree. And you could see that, it just goes and merges into other tree. And that's like a real solid, this thick. And a lot of people have tied their threads and this and that. So they explained that this is in witness of that, meeting of Radha and Krishna and their marriage. During marriage you tie this, right? So that picture is also there. That's very, very nice. And of course, the other feature of this place was that when we went there, and as we were taking darshan, etc., we were invited by that lady. She had a daughter about 13, 14, 15 years old daughter, maybe, studying in 12th and all, she was telling. So they invited us for lunch. They're making on this chula, the bajra roti, and she had made some sabji and some buttermilk, and so they made us sit, and she was making hot things. Really, it was fascinating, simple but divine. So I'd like to stop here. Thank you very much. Radharani ki jai, Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai. Hari Bol. If you have any comments, questions, please go ahead.
Very nice pastime, Prabhuji. Because of your visit to Vrindavan, we are able to have vivid picture of everything. And this particular pastime is also very, very nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. You should not miss Bhandiravana.
Yeah, we went, but I don't think we visited that place. We didn't.
Yeah, generally when we go to Vrindavan, we get stuck in Vrindavan, Govardhan, like that, then maybe Barsana, Gokul, but then
Barsan, Gokul, Raval, all those places. But this particular Nidhivan, all those. But maybe next time we go, we can, because you have told us about this place.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for that nice pastime, and it's lovely to hear. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else has to say something?